Leanne, and morning South Africa. It's lovely to be on the show. Thanks so much for having me.
So good to have you here. It really is. I mean, last week you attempted to break this current 24-hour stand-up paddleboard record. Why did you cancel it? What happened?
Leanne, you know, the amazing thing is about these kind of records and everything that I seem to, all these adventures that I undertake in the ocean, you know, whether it be the big wave surfing, you know, 60-foot waves at Mavericks, or whether it be these projects to do the Open Ocean World Records, you're relying on one element which is very different to what most people normally have to deal with, which is the ocean. And the ocean, unfortunately, is one of those extreme places where no matter how much planning and preparation you've done, you can be physically and mentally prepared. But it's the one thing, unfortunately, that Mother Ocean and Mother Nature is very unpredictable and can change at the drop of a hat. And you've got to be able to deal with those elements that are changing all around you. But when it gets to a certain point where it becomes either too unsafe for yourself or your team, you've got to be able to make that decision at the right time and know when to pack it in and learn from the experiences, learn from the lessons, and it makes you wiser and stronger for the following time around.
Yeah, well, that's the way to do it. You don't want to go out there risking your life. You're risking your life enough doing it, but if the conditions are not favorable, then that's it. When have you rescheduled? When are you planning on doing it again?
We had a debrief with the team the day afterwards, and then we had another meeting with the support and safety team a couple of days ago. We've made a whole lot of different changes to be able to, you know, implement a whole lot of new safety measures and change the start location, the start time, and we'll relook at finding the exact right conditions over the next sort of 3 to 4 weeks, where I believe that we can still crack that 100-mile marker in 24 hours, which has never been done. It's sort of like a mythical barrier, but I actually believe that we, you know, with re-strategizing and replanning it around and learning the lessons from our previous experience, I actually believe that we can possibly even crack it in under 24 hours. Now I'm actually going for 20 hours. So.
That's fantastic. Well, you've got to keep us updated as to when this happens. But let's get back to the greater cause of all of this. Obviously, we speak about cleft lips, cleft palates. This is what it's for. Tell us about the SIPLA Miles for Smiles initiative in collaboration with Operation Smile. What work have you guys done? How's it going?
Leanna, I think it's an amazing initiative. It was started up by David Greer in association with SIPLA. It's Miles for Smiles, which is part of Operation Smile, which is a global cause, which basically takes kids that are born with cleft palates and cleft lips that are in a rural environment that don't have enough money for, you know, the medical care and don't have enough money for surgery. And, you know, a lot of those kids that most people don't realize are actually born like that. They actually die from malnutrition because, you know, you're not able to create a suction and be able to suckle and get nutrition and what have you. So, you know, we take for granted, a lot of us, that we're born with everything, you know, arms and legs and everything working, but there are a lot of people out there that aren't as fortunate as us. And, you know, I think we all have different obstacles and different challenges in life, and I think that's why some of the challenges that I face are similar in a lot of ways. You've got to be able to overcome those challenges and deal with them. And, you know, my challenges that I'm having to deal with are minor compared to the major challenges that these kids have to deal with on a day-to-day basis. You know, they don't fit in, they get shunned. You know, people don't understand them because they look different. So, you know, it's the fear of the unknown. And I think, you know, it only costs 4,000 Rand for one of these operations, and that will change a kid's life forever. And, you know, I think that's a great cause enough for me to be able to try and break this record and to try and push beyond the boundaries of what's possible. And hopefully it inspires other people and it inspires people to think about how fortunate they are and be able to donate money and create awareness for this amazing charity and amazing foundation, which will help change people's lives forever. Yeah,
no doubt, no doubt. Just for viewers out there that would like to donate, that would like to get involved, how do they go about doing that?
You can go onto the Miles for Smiles website, which is just www.milesforsmiles.co.za, and there's a donate button, and anybody can get involved. It's literally as simple as a click and a little donation. And you know, that little donation, whether it be 5 Rand, 500 Rand, or 5,000 Rand, you know, every little bit helps and every bit makes a massive difference. And we forget how much difference that makes in someone's life, and it could change their life forever and put a smile back on their face. And that to me is absolutely priceless, and gives me even more inspiration and motivation to be able to keep on going and doing what I'm doing.
That's fantastic. Well, listen, we wish you the best of luck. Keep us updated as to when you're going to be doing it again. We'd love to chat to you afterwards and see how it goes. This is Chris Bertish, Sipler Miles for Smiles ambassador, trying to break the Guinness World Book of Records. He was going to do it last week, but cancelled it due to the conditions out there at sea. And we really wish him the best of luck. A 24-hour stand-up paddleboard world record of 157 kilometers an hour is what he plans on breaking. Thank you. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you very much for having me, Leanne.
All right, so as usual, you can get involved. Please do. Let's help out. I mean, as you heard Chris saying, it's a simple thing that you and I take for granted, but it changes people's lives. It really does. There's all their contact details in terms of social media, but you can also get hold of them on their website, milesforsmiles.co.za. All right, let's take a break. When we return, singer-songwriter Natalie Chapman joins us in studio. Stay tuned.